So now everyone's here? Yes? Oh, okay, one more person. Okay, we'll be patient when they come in. We'll just continue to meditate. Okay. All right, so we'll start the meditation with some breathing as before. I'll remind you of the motivation. So hopefully from what you did a few hours ago at the beginning of this session, you can bring this back quickly. I'll just remind you of it. Bodhicitta, and then we'll continue with the analysis. Oh, one thing I need to say. What I'll do is I guide you through an analysis in a way you're probably familiar with, just a few things to consider about what we talked about before, to internalize them instead of just having an intellectual understanding of them, to bring them hopefully to a deeper level that it affects you. Now, this type of meditation, called analytical meditation, is considered to be important in the sense that it should lead to some feeling. It should move you. It's difficult to describe that exact feeling, but it's kind of like you're moved by it. Like, oh yeah, this is the same for me, hopefully, unless of course you disagree. But let's say you feel kind of moved by that. So I'll take you through the analysis. You analyze, and you come to some kind of feeling, which is a conclusion. And what I'll ask you to do, once you've analyzed for some time, I'll ask you to focus on that feeling, on that conclusion. And you apply what's called single-pointed meditation. Okay? So just that you know, I don't need to say much about it. First you analyze as I guide you through it, and then in the end I say, whatever conclusion you've come to, now single-pointedly focus on it. And that's, by just focusing on that feeling, it kind of goes deeper than just remaining on an intellectual level, and in that way it affects you on a more emotional level and possibly affects your actions in a positive way. Okay, great. So let's do this. Start with some breathing meditation. And then once again, generate the motivation. May this become a cause for my own enlightenment, so that be of greatest benefit to all sentient beings. And take a look at your own sense of I. Your sense of self. Does your I seem to exist separate from your mind and your body? where there are times when it appeared very vividly. Almost tangible. As a concrete entity. Well, that perception of the self gives rise to what is called self-cherishing or self-centeredness. See whether you can identify it within your own mind. A feeling of attachment to the self. As well as to my happiness, my well-being. A sense that I am the center of the universe. An instinctive sense that I'm just more important than others. That self-centered mind then gives rise to other afflictions. Afflictions that potentially harm us, but also harm others. If we act based on them. Think of a situation when someone really hurts you. Maybe physically, or even worse, mentally. Maybe insulting you. Doesn't that feel a lot worse when it happens to me? versus to someone else. And how do you perceive this other person? After you had some time to reflect on the insult or hurtful action. Our mind thinking, what a rude person, what a jerk. Is it still possible to see anything positive in that other person? Or are they suddenly 100% negative, rude, and abusive? And aren't we angry with the person and not so much with the action of abusing us or insulting us? So it's based on our sense of preciousness, because of our self-centeredness, that any negative action directed at us seems a lot worse than when it's directed at someone else. Which leads to exaggerating the negativity of the other person. Resulting in anger, resentment, or even hatred. which is a harmful mind that destroys our peace of mind. It makes us act in a way that creates future problems for us. In the form of negative karmic results. The process is similar in the case of desire and even worse, attachment. We misperceive the I. Conceiving it as more concrete than it actually is. Which then gives rise to self-centeredness. And when we encounter someone who makes us feel good, makes us feel special, makes us feel good, we label that person as someone who's great, who's kind, who can give us lasting happiness even. And then exaggerate these positive qualities. As if the whole person had no flaws. Was completely wonderful. And permanently so. Which then gives rise to desire, wanting to be with that person at all times, and attachment, not wanting to be separated from them. Which before long leads to fear that they may leave us, may be separate from us. Jealousy when they're with someone else. And the wish to control this other person. This misperception and the resulting self-centeredness also gives rise to envy. Which is a mixture between attachment and resentment. If we're envious of another person's success, we're attached to that success. Feel that we can't be happy without it. And resent someone else for having the success. And even without all the negative actions that are induced by attachment, anger and aversion, or envy, these states of mind simply make us miserable. Destroy our peace of mind, our sense of serenity, the moment they take over. Wow, they're all rooted in our basic misperception of the I and everything else that exists. And now to conclude this short analysis, try to single-pointedly focus on whatever feeling has arisen, whatever insight you've gained. In order for that insight to sink deeper into your mind. And then to conclude today's session, let's also take a moment to dedicate whatever positive potential we've created today together. May eventually, of course, this become a cause for us to awaken from our misperceptions. And instead, gain the wisdom and compassion of a Buddha. To be of greatest benefit, not just to ourselves, but to all sentient beings. And may it become a cause for us to fully understand the content of the Heart Sutra. That we're going to study for the next 10 days. Okay, thank you. I hope it wasn't too long. We also have some time for questions, of course, but we'll start with that tomorrow. Okay, so have a nice evening and see you tomorrow morning.